This video is going to talk about reflective leashes and collars and explain what makes a leash or a collar reflective and what the differences are between the collars that are currently out there. So here I got a Max and Neo reflective leash, and as you can see I have a light source that's right by the camera that's shining directly on it. So basically this would be the view that you would get if you were driving in a car and your headlights illuminated a reflective leash. So as you can see, it's pretty reflective if I put the light source directly at where the light source is coming from. Now, we've seen people say like these reflective collars and leashes don't work, they're not reflective, but I think that when that happens is the people who are saying that they are looking at their perspective. So let's pretend like you're walking your dog and a car is coming, and so I'm going to move the light source to the side. Well, now if you see it from the side, when you're looking down at your leash while you're walking your dog, it looks like it's not doing anything at all. But from the perspective of the person driving, they're going to see this. So they see a much different view than what you get when you're walking your dog. So you might think that the reflectiveness is not working, but they really are seeing a really bright leash. Another thing that's very critical, if you notice, is that the reflectiveness is just in the stitching, these outer two bands of stitching. So you really want to look for a leash that or a collar that has wide bands of reflective stitching. They makes it more reflective. So this is an example of our rope leash, and as you can see, this has 4 very wide bands of reflective stitching. So from very far away you can see how much more reflective they are. I'm going to bring over a collar. This is our Max and Neo monthly collar, but this one doesn't have any reflective stitching. So now it might look like people can see this collar, but that's because the light source is pretty bright. I'm going to try to pull back so you can, let me move all this up here. I'm going to pull back until that collar is not visible, and you can see the difference that reflective stitching makes. The collar above has barely any, you can't even see it, and yet you can still see the rope leash, and you can see this other one. And the reason this one's not shining as much is the light's actually getting blocked by the camera I'm using. So I'm gonna pull it back more, see if I could get that other collar to disappear. But here you go. So here you get a really good idea of what other people will see, you know, from far away as you're walking your dog, and then obviously when they get closer and closer, it gets brighter and brighter, and you can see the other collar sort of stays the same. So hopefully this video was helpful and helps you understand how these reflective collars and leashes work.